Hey guys, I'm really excited about this episode. Today I get to talk to another Naked and Afraid legend. I get to chat with Wes Harper. I'm so excited. Let's get to it. Well, guys, I am just blown away to welcome Mr. Wes Harper, Naked and Afraid legend. Wes, thank you so much for hanging out with me. This is incredible.
Dude, I'm so excited. This is awesome.
Oh
Yeah,
man,
absolutely fantastic.
I'm just blown away. So, uh, I just wanted to see if you could just start by telling me. I kind of have an idea how you got on the show the first time, but for anybody not watching that hasn't seen it, how'd you get on there the first time? How'd it happen?
Yeah, it's kind of getting to be an old story, but my
Yeah.
wife and I we stumbled on the first show.
Hmm.
We stumbled on the first show and I was hooked immediately. And then after yelling at the TV for 5 years, she
Yeah.
said, "Okay." And we were having a couple beverages,
Yeah.
and she said, "Okay, wise guy, I'm signing you up." And she pulled out her laptop. I didn't even apply. She
She
applied
did it.
for me. And then the next day, I got a call from Los Angeles.
Wow, that quick?
It was the next day. I
Oh my
I really
gosh.
think I was in the right place at the right time. It just the stars aligned,
Yeah.
and I got a phone call.
Oh
So
my gosh.
I was as blown away as anyone has ever been, for sure.
All right. So, I was your wife there when you got the call?
No, no, I was at work and I saw Los Angeles on my phone,
Yeah.
and then it clicked to me. Oh yeah, we did this thing last night, and maybe it's that. I thought it was going to
Yeah.
be somebody wanting to extend my car warranty,
Exactly.
but I took the call just in case, and that's how it all started.
Oh my gosh. I bet. I mean, I can imagine. I'd love to be a fly on a wall that when you first told her. I mean, was she just speechless?
Oh yeah, she couldn't believe it. She said, "You've got to be kidding me right now."
Yeah.
And we laughed, and we really didn't think it was going to go anywhere.
Hmm.
We were just in awe that we got a call back,
Yeah.
and it was that kind of thing. So
Wow.
no, that first call, we didn't think anything of it except what a cool story we can tell our friends
Yeah,
you know
exactly. Yeah,
yeah.
that's definitely a cool story. Okay, so I'm just curious. Do you have a survival background, or you just kind of got into it later?
I don't have a survival background. I have a camping, hunting, fishing
Hmm.
background. I've been doing that stuff since I was a very little kid. My parents were outdoorsy people.
Hmm.
We didn't stay in hotels, we stayed in campgrounds.
Yep.
I was holding a fishing pole, a cane pole, as soon as I was strong enough to hold a cane pole.
Yeah.
And I got into hunting. My parents, I can't even imagine now, they got me a shotgun when I was 13.
Wow.
I mean, stuff that you don't see these days.
Yeah.
That was how we lived back then.
Hmm.
It was a lot different back then than it is now.
Oh
So
yeah,
yeah.
definitely. Yeah.
Yes, but I had a love for it, and then as soon as I saw the show,
Hmm.
I saw that first episode, and I was like, "Oh man, something about that just like pulled at me."
Yeah. That's crazy. Well, all right. Everybody wants to talk about, and I've spoken with Kai and Gabby about this also that have been on the show. Everybody wants to talk about the naked part of the show.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that there had to have been some discussions, before you went between you and your wife or whatever. I don't know. But honestly, when you get out there and it's the real deal, because you've seen it 100 times on the show, but now it's real. How long did it take you to get over that part of it?
About 5 minutes. It's really incredible how quickly you get over it
Hmm.
because, at first, especially in your first time, you're
Yeah.
worried about it, you're thinking about it and everything. And then all of a sudden, you meet your partner and you get stung by a bee, scratch your leg on something, you're
Yeah.
bleeding,
Uh-huh.
within 5 minutes, you're bloody.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, you really don't care anymore. All of a
Yeah.
sudden that all goes out the window and you realize that you're really in the mix of this thing
Hmm.
where being naked is not, it's not a sexual thing. It's
Right.
just being a unprotected thing.
Hmm.
It happens amazingly quickly. And then since I've been fortunate to be on the show a bunch of times,
Hmm.
after that, from second one, you just don't care anymore. It doesn't mean anything
Yeah.
other than you're just unprotected from the elements.
Yeah. I've never been on the show, obviously, but I've always looked at that as, it is not really the focus. It doesn't seem to be the focus of the challenge anyway. It just is an added layer to what you have to do and the situation that you're in. Am I right about that, you think?
Yeah, absolutely. And when the show first came out, that was a huge deal, right?
Yeah.
Naked and Afraid. These two people are naked. Are they going to hook up?
Yeah.
All this kind of stuff. That was how the first couple seasons were. Everybody's
Hmm.
thinking that. But as it went along, people really started realizing that that's what it that's not what it was about. It was
Yeah.
about pulling any protection you had off of you.
Hmm.
You're authentic. You're going in there with nothing.
Yep.
So I feel like in the past 5, 8 years that the show's been on,
Hmm.
that part of it has really gone away, except for new viewers, of course.
Yeah. And I've seen articles on the internet, and you never know who's writing these things anyway, and its credibility. But you see these articles that say things like, well, Naked and Afraid is not actually the reality TV. It says, and you hear people say reality TV is not reality TV, really. But am I wrong in saying that you're out there, you're there for 21 days or however long it is? You really, and it's reality, you have to find your own water. It's reality, you got to find your own food. And the reality is you're not really getting help from producers or anybody. To me, the challenge itself is about as real as it gets. Am I right?
Yeah, that's absolutely correct. I
Mm.
mean, deadpan, that's absolutely correct. You don't get help. The camera people, the audio people, producers, they don't help you. They're there to
Yeah.
document stuff. And so as much as it's a reality show, it's real. I
Hmm.
mean, I have never seen another show like it that really goes in there for documentary purposes, other than maybe, Alone does a pretty good job.
Hmm.
They do that. But yeah, you don't get help. They
Yeah.
don't want to help you. All they want to do is document you. And
Hmm.
at the end of the day, if you fail, it's good TV.
All right.
If you survive and make it, that's also good TV.
Yep.
And so honestly, they're getting a show either way, depending on, on how it goes, if it's a success or failure.
Yeah.
So no, you don't get help, you don't get toilet paper, you don't get a toothbrush, you don't get granola bars. There is none of that stuff.
Yeah. Wow. And there was, let's see, I don't remember what season it was. There was that episode where they went and found a camp where the producers were and got some food, and they were kicked off immediately.
Yeah, 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 absolutely.
Sounds pretty
You
serious.
don't cheat.
Yeah.
That's not what the show is about. I mean, it's about, if it's really, and there's a stigma that we may make a lot of money for doing the show or something like that. You don't.
Hmm.
It's about if you can survive,
Mhm.
if you can make it, and it pretty much comes down to a personal goal. It's not a financial goal. I can promise you that. It is
Yeah.
all about if you have what it takes to make it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, now I probably know the answer to this,
All right.
but you've been on several challenges. Can I
Mhm.
ask you your toughest challenge? I might know the answer to this, but I don't know.
Um, well, I had the problem in Africa.
Hmm.
where I got kicked out, but that was not my toughest challenge.
Oh, okay. Wow. That might have been what I guessed, but
And yeah, I mean, pain and going to the hospital for a few days. Yeah, that was really brutal.
Mhm.
But when I went to Ecuador for the All-Star show,
Yeah.
that was miserable.
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, that was really miserable. Suzanne, my partner,
Hmm.
excellent survivalist. She
Yeah.
she got tapped out on day 4, and then
Hmm.
I was alone.
Yeah.
I was alone for the duration until they tapped me out for COVID.
Yeah.
They were shutting down the country, and the isolation,
Hmm.
horrible. Uh,
Oh, man.
and and as well as being in the Amazon and getting your butt picked clean by mosquitoes
Hmm.
24/7 and being cold and rained on and everything. That was really, really awful.
I bet. I watched that episode and I'm like, oh my gosh, the rain just seemed to never stop.
9 inches a day.
Oh my gosh.
9 inches in a 24-hour period. I think I saw the sun maybe a total of 2 hours in 18 days.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, yeah, and you want to talk about like dreary and sending you into like depression?
Hmm.
I mean, we need some sunlight every now and then, and this
Absolutely.
place did not provide it. It
Wow.
was awful.
That had to
Gosh,
be
it was
terrible.
awful.
Well, okay. Can I ask you the opposite? What's been your easiest?
Um, Easiest? Well, there isn't an easiest,
Exactly
but
right.
right. Um, but I will tell you that even though I got med tapped in South Africa,
Mhm.
that was it maybe not the easiest, but it was the most fulfilling,
Mhm.
the best. Um, I was in an environment where I got to see elephants at 20 feet. And, some people say, well, I had hyenas
Mhm.
around me and Gwen all the time. And
Yeah.
although that's absolutely frightening, you're in it.
Yeah.
You're in it. You're doing what you signed up for.
Mhm.
And, I signed up to be scared to death.
Yeah.
I
Right.
signed up to kind of take my life in my hands.
Yeah.
And that one gave me everything I ever wanted. And so
Wow.
I would have to say, as my shining moment, I
Yeah.
wish I could have stayed 40 days with Gwen. I really do. But that was the best.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, how just a viewer perception here.
Sure.
You've had a lot of co-survivalists on the show.
Mhm.
You one relationship, and I hate to even isolate it down to one, but the connection that you and Suzanne had,
Mhm.
you guys, from a third party watching this, you guys just seem to have a genuine care for each other and just a real love for each other as partners. And it seems like when you're with these people, I see it so many times, but especially with the legends like yourself, you guys just seem to have such a bond that is just really tight and different. Is that how you feel with like a lifelong connection with these people now?
No, that was probably Gwen
Oh,
in
you think
Africa
Gwen?
because
Okay.
Suzanne was only with me for 4 days.
Yeah. I
Yeah. Gwen and I, in the first 30 seconds we met, we knew that we were a match pair.
yeah, that's true.
I mean,
Yeah.
we're about the same age. We had the same number of children. You
Hmm.
know, she was hard. I'm stodgy. It, it, we just had the same thing going on.
Yeah.
And so we knew immediately, which is not the case for every challenge.
Hmm.
We knew we were going to get along just fine. We didn't have a crossword between us. She was fantastic. We still to this day, I think that was 2019. We see each other twice a year,
Yeah.
and we if we don't talk once a week, we feel bad about it.
Oh,
Um,
wow.
yeah, she became a lifelong friend, sister. I
Mhm.
love her dearly. Our families get together. I mean, it's the whole thing.
Yeah.
Uh, it's amazing the connections you meet out there, and then once you have that shared experience
Hmm.
that no one else understands, everybody thinks they understand.
Yeah.
People from the outside, they go, "Oh yeah," because I saw it on TV for 10 episodes, but you don't understand 24/7 for
Yeah.
that amount of time with someone
Yeah.
experiencing the same hell that you're going through.
Hmm.
And yeah, so Gwen and I are tight as a tick. Um, I'll go see her at the drop of a hat.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah. I think in mentioning Suzanne, it's kind of like you were only there for a few days, but you just seem to really care about her. But yeah,
Oh yeah.
oh, of course, but yeah, mentioning Gwen, I could totally see how you guys are like family now almost. So yeah.
But we really are. And Suzanne was great. And she was with me in Africa.
Hmm.
I wasn't able to stay there. But for, maybe a week after
Yeah.
she came.
Hmm.
And so it wasn't long enough to develop that connection,
Yeah.
but she was great. And
Oh, yeah.
so when we were together, it was great. I was sad to see her leave.
Hmm.
I knew what was going on. I knew she had to and everything. So yeah, I was genuinely sad
Oh, yeah.
that she had to go. I thought that was something that we would do together and be able to
Hmm.
celebrate for the rest of our lives.
Yeah. Right. Right. Okay. So you're talking about being together all this time. I've wondered just, you'll probably guess, but we see a small portion of the footage on
Hmm.
the show. And I've always wondered, we see the gathering firewood and the, you know, finding food and all that kind of thing. But what do we not see? Is it a lot of, when we're not watching you do all those things, what are you guys doing? Are you chilling out in the shelter, just talking or?
There's a lot of that. There's a lot of being in the shelter, talking, sharing stories, just getting to know each other, just spending time,
Yeah.
really. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of that, but I'll tell you, for every 1,000 minutes of film time, there's
Mhm.
1 minute of TV.
Yeah. Wow.
And if you've ever tried to keep a fire pit going for a while, it takes an incredible amount of firewood.
Oh my
And so I
gosh.
think 90% of your time you're really gathering firewood, and that doesn't make for good TV.
Yeah.
So that kind of stuff is edited out because that doesn't make a good show.
Hmm.
But yeah, you spend a lot of time getting firewood,
Yeah.
and then beautifying your camp best you can, and stuff that's just not exciting to the viewer. But a
Yeah.
lot of that just is on the cutting room floor.
Yeah. I imagine the producers are watching, on monitors back there. Oh, this day, this time, they got in a fight. It's to
A
send on to
hundred
editing.
100%. Right.
Yeah.
I mean, they have to go through all that footage. I mean, I pretty much feel bad for them
Yeah.
because they have
Oh,
to sit there and watch you do virtually nothing or nothing exciting
yeah.
so long in hopes that you're going to have this moment, whether it's a positive moment or a negative moment,
Hmm.
that they can capture.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I mean, it's a brutal job for the camera people and the production and the editing people just to pull those moments out.
Hmm.
It's because those moments are really, I don't want to say they're few and far between, but they're not the 24/7 of surviving.
Yeah. Right.
It's 1 hour out of 24 hours, you're doing some stuff that's really cool, and the rest of the time you're doing stuff just to live,
Yeah.
you know, just to survive.
Yeah. As a person who does video editing, it kind of makes me sick to think about the task they would have in front of them. It's crazy.
Oh, horrible.
Yeah.
Horrible.
Well, I'm putting you on the spot here.
Okay.
Any Any funny, interesting behind the scenes moments that you know about that we haven't seen on TV that you can tell? Maybe not.
There, I mean, there are so many things that go on. I mean, shenanigans,
Yeah.
singing, telling ghost stories. You know, I think we all saw uh Jeremy on Frozen when he was talking about the Frozen and a short roll of quarters and stuff like that. I mean, that kind of stuff happens all the time.
Yeah.
Um, you know, for me, I, that there's there's 100 things. When you get out there, you're eating like stuff that you would never eat on a normal basis. You're farting up a storm, and you're doing it right next to a woman.
Yeah.
She's doing it right next to you, and you don't care, and you're laughing. I mean, there's all kinds of that stuff that
Yeah.
goes on. Nothing, nothing that you go, oh, there was this one time.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, and those things happen, but really, it's just the day to day stuff where in our in our culture and our civilized world we don't talk about,
Yeah.
we cover up, we hide. And out there, no, I'll tell you one thing. In Africa, in our boma, we had to pee in our boma. We weren't allowed to go out at night because we would get killed.
Oh, wow.
And at one I was laying next to the door, which was close to our pee spot, and all of a sudden I felt something on my feet, and Gwen was peeing, and she was peeing on my foot.
Oh, oh my gosh.
And I just started laughing. I said, "You're peeing on my foot," and she started laughing too. It was like
Yeah.
no big deal, whatever. I mean, those kinds of things will never make the cut,
Hmm.
but they're the kinds of things that happen when you're out there surviving and you're in this element that you just
Yeah.
can't control.
Hmm. Yeah. I've never been on the show, and I'm not going to say I can relate, but I've tried to tell my wife this before. I was in Desert Storm and lived in a foxhole from January to basically early May of 91. And I
Yeah.
remember being just so dirty that you just didn't care. It was just your mentality just changes. And I
100%.
imagine that's what you're dealing with out there as well.
Yeah. Yeah. 100%. You stop caring about those things. And really at this point, you probably will appreciate this. At this point, if I know I'm going on a challenge, my mind changes and I have to force myself to take a shower.
Oh, wow.
I have to force myself to brush my teeth. And then when I come back, it, as much as you think you just want to brush your teeth, you do once. And then it's kind of this weird thing where you're just in the zone
Mm.
and you have to make yourself, have common hygiene.
Yeah.
It is crazy. Yeah. You get to this
Yeah.
point where you're dirty and you're dirty some more and you don't care and you get to where that's
Yeah.
normal and you kind of crave it, honestly.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, man. When you come off a challenge, what's the food you're dreaming of?
I'll eat a pizza like nobody's business.
Yeah.
I, a pizza and a cold beer are like my go-to. I will do that every time. I have done that every time. But then you're sick for,
Yeah.
24 hours after that because your body's not used to it.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I've always said I need to go on Naked and Afraid just for the weight loss program. It's
Gosh, I mean, you will
yeah.
dump some weight. I lose like 10 pounds a week every
Yeah.
challenge.
Oh, I'm sure.
However, when you get back, your body is in starvation mode.
Hmm.
You will gain that weight back in 2 or 3 weeks,
Hmm.
and then you will gain an extra 10 pounds
Oh
on
my
whatever
gosh.
you're in there. And then all of a sudden you have to get your head right and go, this is not healthy.
Yeah.
I have to start being mindful and I have to start exercising and all that stuff. So yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. You get really skinny and then you get really fat.
That's exactly what would happen to me. So,
It's horrible.
so all right, I want to ask you some what if questions if you don't mind. If you were given the opportunity to design your own challenge anywhere in the world, where would you like to set it up?
I'm a big hunter, so the easy answer would be South Africa again,
Mhm.
because there's game there. But you know, I think Australia would be fantastic. We haven't
Mhm.
seen too many there,
Yeah.
and maybe I'm selfish because I've never been to Australia. Um, I think those would be the two.
Yeah.
I really do.
That'd be
I really
amazing.
do. Australia is beautiful, and Kai's down there.
Yeah.
And if I could ever do a challenge again with Kai, I would do it at the drop of a hat because
Oh
she's
wow.
just a wonderful person. I love her
She is.
dearly.
Absolutely.
That would be fantastic. I don't ever want to be cold again.
Oh, I bet. That's
I don't
horrible.
ever want to be cold again, like frozen in Montana.
Oh my
Um,
gosh.
but hot would be great.
Hmm.
And I wouldn't mind some kind of like they do a Shark Week where they're
Yeah.
on something like that would
Hmm.
be unbelievable because even though you're surviving, you take those moments to stop surviving and just look out at
Yeah.
where you are, and it's absolutely beautiful.
Oh, I'm sure.
You
Yeah.
know, it's absolutely beautiful.
Yeah. I've always said if I ever did get a chance to do the show, I would want to be on a beach just
Hmm.
because I can eat fish all day long and well, as much as I could catch. But,
Right.
I'm not a big fan of eating snake. That's, I'm sure that's going to eliminate a lot of possibilities, but not a fan.
You never know until you get really hungry.
Exactly. Yeah. All right. So, all right. I know the places now. I may know the answer to this already, but if you could design your own challenge, who would be on your team, the perfect team?
Um, how many people I get to choose?
I don't know.
All right, I'll just throw some names
Whatever
in.
you think.
I would take Gwen.
Hmm.
I would take Kai. I would take Waz.
Yeah. Okay.
Those would be first picks. Um, Stephen Lee Hall Jr. is as wonderful a person as he portrays on TV.
Hmm.
I would take him, and I'd take Matt White.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
And one person who's going to be up and coming right now is Cheney.
Okay.
Cheney was on, and
Yeah.
uh, and I've had a chance to meet her
Hmm.
several times. She is a doll.
Oh, wow.
I mean, she's an absolute doll. And so, that would be like a dream team of people
Hmm.
who would be pushing through whatever came their way.
Oh, yeah. Wow. Those are amazing people. I've always thought if they gave me a chance to work with you or Gabby or Kai or something like that, that would be amazing. But
And don't discount Gabby. Just because I
oh,
didn't say her name out loud, please don't
oh,
discount her.
oh,
She
absolutely.
is so awesome.
She is
You know,
awesome.
and you get surrounded by those people, and it's really hard to pick out names.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
It'd be
Narrowing it down,
impressive.
it's got to be terrible. So,
And this is spur of the moment type stuff.
yeah, right.
If I wrote them down, there would be 20 names,
Right. Yeah,
you know,
exactly. Yeah.
that I would go, and my apologies to anybody who didn't get mentioned in those
Oh,
20,
yeah. Yeah,
because these people are fantastic.
they are.
And if I can say out loud, what you see on TV is really what you get.
Hmm.
We all see stuff about bad edits and good edits and all that. I have been on a lot of these challenges now, and the people are like they are portrayed.
Yeah.
And so when you see somebody with a kind heart, it's because they're kind.
Like
If you,
Joe.
yeah, if you see a guy who's an a-hole, that's not an accident. You know what I mean? I
Probably
mean,
is. Yeah.
if 90% of the time you're a good person, you're a good person.
Yeah.
If 90% of the time you're causing problems and all that, that comes out.
Hmm.
You can't complain about that. Or
Yeah.
they will, but you shouldn't.
Yeah. That's the way it is.
Yeah.
That's good info. So I don't want to hold you up too long. I was going to ask, can I do a quick rapid fire 10 questions just to kind of get you to know you personally?
All right.
All
Yeah.
right.
Let's rock and roll.
Okay. Favorite food?
Pizza.
Pizza. All right. Favorite drink? I think we know.
No relax.
All right. Favorite movie of all time?
Of all time. Oh, Ex Machina.
Okay. Favorite song of all time?
Um, Midnight Rider, Allman Brothers.
Right on. Okay. Favorite band?
Killing me, man.
I know, right?
Alabama.
Who is it?
Alabama.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah.
That's cool. Favorite country you've ever visited?
South Africa.
South Africa. Your wife is taking you to your favorite restaurant. Where are you going?
Man, some really good steak place.
Yes.
Any really good steak place.
All right. So I don't think you and I are too far apart in the country, maybe a several hours. So can you give me a buzz and I'll join you? So favorite, well, okay. I was going to ask you favorite survivalists you work with, but like you said, just nailing that down, there's so many good, I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I have to say Gwen.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I feel like we're family,
Right.
and real I worked with some great survivalists,
Hmm.
but we just had a connection.
Yeah,
Me
exactly.
and her husband and my wife, we do vacations together.
Yeah.
So
There
yeah,
you go.
absolutely.
There's a connection. So if you could meet any celebrity right now, who would it be?
Uh, I I'd take Mr. Pitt, old Brad Pitt. I'd like to meet him.
Interesting.
I think he'd be an all right guy.
Yeah, definitely. All right, last one. If you had to live the rest of your life off the grid, where would it be?
Off the grid, I think probably West Virginia. West Virginia is beautiful
Yeah.
and it's got a ton of resources, and it's really kind of, it's not on the map.
Hmm.
It's got some remote areas that we don't have a lot of traffic in. And I think
That's
that would be a great place.
that's a great answer. That is a beautiful place. Oh my gosh.
Gorgeous.
Yeah. All right. So I'm gonna end with I know you can't talk about things all the time, but are you
Right.
open? Are you open to future, propositions, ideas that may come your way?
I 100% am. I'm a company man. At this point, I've got it in my blood now to do challenges. I really do. Every time I do a challenge, I say, "This is my last challenge. Never do another one. This is horrible."
Yeah.
But yeah, I've kind of got this unwritten rule that if Discovery Channel calls me, I
Hmm.
answer the phone.
Okay.
So I have never said no when they called me, and if they called me tomorrow,
You'd
I would
listen.
I would say
Oh, wow. Okay.
yeah.
Well, as a fan, uh, I won't pry, but I'll just say I hope to see you more in the future.
Thanks very much. I appreciate that. I based on the last four challenges, if I don't do another challenge, I'll be surprised.
Wow. All
I
right.
I'll be surprised. I'm
Yeah.
kind of in there in the franchise now, and I love it. And I promote Discovery Channel as much as I can because they've been very good to me.
Yeah.
So you know, well, we'll keep our eye on TV. We'll see what happens.
Yes, I'll keep my fingers crossed and I won't pry, but
Thank you
so,
very much. I
yes,
appreciate
sir.
it.
Wes, I know I said it, I'm blown away to be able to talk to you, and I just appreciate you so much.
Oh man, thank you very much for reaching out. I appreciate it, and reach out to me anytime. I'm
Thank you.
readily available.
Friends, I want to sincerely thank Wes for taking time to hang out with me on this episode. And I hope you stay tuned for more great content right here on Everything 101. In the meantime, though, I wish for you and all your family and friends peace and blessings. I'll see you soon.